If a cell phone represents anything, it represents the unbounded freedom to connect. So you wouldn't expect to find them in prison. And yet, 5% of inmates get a hold of them. Inside books, in shoes, in packs of cards. One clever inmate even turned a can of orange juice into a phone with a microphone, a speaker, and a GSM chip. So for those of us on the outside, if we want to use our phones freely, how come we have to jailbreak them? What prison are our phones in? Well, 70% of the phones in the US are designed and made by just 2 companies. Their app stores dictate everything from content to aesthetics to availability. Their patents cover rounded corners and swipe to unlock. They even take ownership of the data that the phones produce. And you can choose the size of the screen or the memory or the color, but not what a phone is or what it does, and that's far from freedom. But to imagine a different world, all you really have to do is travel. This is Shenzhen, China. The phone in your pocket, that was made here. But what happens when the people that make the phones also start to design the phones that they're making? Free from concerns about patents or trademarks, really unconcerned about trademarks, or the needs of the mass market. Thinking about what they might like for themselves, their own needs and predilections. What happens when users' priorities aren't the size of the screen or round icons? What happens when the phone isn't used for Twitter but for 15-cent downloads of new music? For cultures with frequent power outages, could a phone's battery be used to power other things? If you designed a phone to be open source, what materials would you use to house it? What's a phone for communities that need to pass messages secretly? It might prioritize Bluetooth over the data connection. And if you don't rely on carriers to subsidize your phones, why wouldn't you make space for 4 SIM cards to use as many carriers as you want to? So the question for designers is, are they designing for users or for companies? Because with 6.8 billion cell phone users on Earth, we'd hope that the phones could be as diverse as the people who use them.